Hey guys, what's going on? I know I haven't posted for a while, but welcome back to where civilization started over. We are going to start by going over to Asia with the Bangladesh country. As you know, they're part of the Square Alliance. They are gradually falling apart. There are some people, especially over here in southeastern regions of this country, don't agree with the Bangladesh country. So we will have a new country rebel, being that Myanmar is where modern day Myanmar is. The Bangladesh country is kind of worried about this because this new country extends all the way up almost relatively close to their capital. And this is an all-out civil war. Or not civil war, I guess civil war. But revolution, or rebellion. This rebellion extends all the way out over here, cutting this area off. And they take this area, slowly expanding down here, on the peninsula. And this country itself is pretty big, and has a lot of support, a lot of people in it. Okay? Well, not that many people, but you get the point. They are going to take this major city. And the thing with the major cities is it's going to be useful in wars, because you can see where they're taking the most people. They captured another major city. They realize that they are losing people fast to this rebellion, and that time people are joining this rebellion. So they just decided to give this rebellion independence, and their capital will be placed. If we can select the right curve, their capital will be placed right down here. No, that's not right. Right there. So we got a new country. Yay! And the Bangladesh country makes a deal, decides to sell some land to the Chinese country. Going back to the major cities. The Chinese country will get a couple major cities out of that in exchange. And they'll also expand a little bit down here from this. And the Bangladesh country sold this for a pretty high price. And going down to the dark gold Vietnamese country, they expand a little. Not much. This Vietnamese country hasn't really done anything, from what I can tell in this series. Anyway, going down here to the purple team, they will explore more of, I guess, Java. No, this isn't Java. This is Java. And they'll explore more north of the island. And naturally, they would kind of expand a little, encapsulate this area. That was expanded a little up here. This country is kind of rich. I believe they might be one of the richest countries because ships are coming around here. They go through here, they come up to China, and they are being taxed for that. Now, zooming over westward, these countries have been busy exploring. Mind you, all these events are all happening at the same time. Is that I can't cover all of it at the same time. Now let's explore they also explore this area to make it easier to trade. And this dark gray country expands though southward in order to protect their capital region. And so it will expand up west of the Caspian. It also explore more of the Caucasus. But they can't really explore anywhere else north of that because mountain connect with the Himalayas. Well, the Himalayas have kind of been explored a little bit more, but as far as that, nothing else has really happened. Oh, speaking of which, this country, the dark turquoise thing, can expand still. Oop, missed a few pixels. They expand a bit more. They are kind of calling themselves Arabia, Persia. I'm not really sure what to call it. If you guys have an idea of what to call it, please let me know. Going back up here, they explore more of the region. And this road, and that it's starting to be explored more. Not really any new countries are being formed. Well, except for one recently. Who wanted to stop expanding down here? Just start expanding more. And they kind of worked out a border dispute. Land purchase with Bangladesh country. To fix the war down here to make it look a bit nicer. And the Bangladesh country has kind of been weakened. They were like the largest country. I believe they were the largest country in this series so far, but they're not anymore. I believe that goes to the Chinese over here. The red team has been docile recently, or at least until this military country, decided to attack them somewhat. There was a border skirmish. No one really knows who shot first, but the alliance is activated. Now these countries are officially at war. And the first to invade is going to be the red team. In order to cut off the major city, the Chinese captured major cities over here. They're able to capture 1, 2, 3 in the beginning weeks of the war. Up here it just collapses. Actually, the purple team gets in on this war to try and secure some land at them. Try and protect their capital city and some of the major cities down here. They should do so successfully. Now they're just kind of sitting back to let the red team do the work, do more of the heavy lifting. And this war is kind of going easily for the red team so far, or at least until all the military is ready in this military group. And they're fully militarizing their population. The green team is. The red team has a slightly bigger army with better technology. Because look at this. This is huge. You can make a joke out of that as you wish. But the red team continues to push deeper and deeper into green team territory. And the people in the capital are getting nervous about this. Because the red team is coming for them. And there is a massive blockade and naval blockade, and Sri Lanka is kind of helping. Right now, navies are kind of sort of a thing, but they're kind of in the weaker stages. But every country has a slight navy. The red team has kind of a better navy because, once again, they're huge. They have more population, which means they have more research capabilities. And major city after major city is getting captured. But there's a large encirclement here of military forces. And another one will soon follow here. And the military is kind of hunkering down in this major city, which soon becomes a major battleground. The people in the capital are kind of freaking out now because the red team is basically on the doorstep, because this is not very far. There's only like a few hundred miles, but they're still in threat. And the main military groups defending our main headquarters in this major city, which means if this major city gets cut off, the military intelligence of this region gets cut off. So the green team is basically done for in this war. So they trying to sit down. They kind of want to sit down for a peace deal, but they also want to try to retake more of the land back. That's so they don't get as punished deeply in peace treaty, which they're kind of able to. They're able to reconnect up here, but barely. Okay, there we go. Now the military over here is kind of pushed out though. The red team's military is kind of confused, and the lime team decides to finally sit down in the major city up here to actually. No, they decided to sit down for peace treaty in the capital of Singapore, in Singapore's capital, to deal with this mess. So let's take a look at a quick peace treaty. For the dark purple team, they will receive this land. The red team, takes a lot of the population of the green team's population up here, and also still a town coast over here. And some of their major cities are right on the border now. The red team just wanted to be able to secure the capital more from any major diffusions with the lime team. And the purple team is kind of happy with this. They still want some land back from Bangladesh. Because yeah, that's kind of what major cities. Oh, if you see these, that means it's one massive major city. It's basically a mega city. Right now this team, the dark purple team, only has one mega city. And the Dark Purple team buys a slight piece of land from the Orange team. And they decide to buy, and they have to cough up a heavy amount of money to do this. But they buy this land. Which goes well for them, because their capital is no longer under pressure, and they have more population. Their economy is kinda racked up right now because of that hefty purchase, but they're not too worried because they can easily build that back up. Bangladesh itself is kinda mad that they're just allowing this. And there's continued explorations up here while this was all happening. Comment down below if you guys want to see more wars. I'm planning there to be more wars anyway. But what wars between rich nations? I think by this time we would have started to discover the Philippines. We would have discovered the Philippines at some point. And discovered more of northern Borneo. I'm just going to mark the Philippines as all discovered. And nobody's claiming this yet. Actually, someone just started claiming it. China, of all people. Just started claiming the Philippines. Because it's like so close. Now so they're gonna control more trade routes in the area. They also expand up here to meet Korea. And they continue to explore, expand right here. And they're doing it in such a way where they're not suffering the same fate that Bangladesh just suffered. Speaking of Bangladesh, China just bought more land from you. And you had to cough up more major cities. Bangladesh is shrinking, and their power is shrinking. They're not making it. And they just want to die now. The point where the Orange team has just bought back some of their old lands. Bangladesh is then like, okay, we could use this money to expand more. They can expand to try to grow in power again. Which they do. The people are in agreement with us. Like if they're able to expand more, but be able to put their people out and get more people, they will be able to survive more. And the Orange team just declared war on Blue team. And Blue team is like, sweet. Blue team is definitely like, sweet, because we can easily take our land back. And they start a hefty invasion of this region. Because they have troops stationed here. Hefty troops stationed here. Is waiting. They have to capture a lot of major cities quickly. But the red team is like, hold up, wait a minute. Let me get on this as well. It's basically a race towards the capital. And we were thinking that the red team would be able to get there first. Because they're closer. And red team does. Just that. Oh, the blue team is extremely happy about this. And the orange team decides to sit down in the capital of this country to discuss the peace treaty. So let's take a look at the peace treaty. Dear God, blue team, Bangladesh. You really had to go savage on the orange team like that? Even the red team is kind of mild with theirs. The red team mild with their claims. They even expanded up here. And over here somewhat. I think that current largest country has to be between the red team and China. Between West India and China. Sri Lanka is just here. Going back over here, I noticed one of the commenters asked for there to be a Ukrainian nation. So, I'm going to work it into that story. More explorers up here. Continue exploring and sending resources back to the Dark Grey team. Which the Dark Grey team continues to expand up here. In order to get these to help bear assimilate these resources into their country. They even go over here and discover this area. This thick. And these people move over here. Expand over here. The Dark Grey team has a lot of people moving to it because they want to see these new lands, and that these lands are so they're made for agriculture, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And this country is known for its agriculture, and that's how it's able to make so much money to do all this exploration. Is that they're selling a lot of their agriculture that they don't need to other countries like the red team, like West India, Bangladesh, China, Myanmar, Singapore, and this Dark Cyan team. That's how they're able to expand so much, as people are moving here to get in on this agriculture business. To make money, basically. That's how they're able to expand so much by this. This is basically a farmers union over here. And they are wanting to expand into Europe, which they haven't discovered yet, but they want to expand into lands westward to be able to do more agriculture. And yes, there's desert here. They start expanding to be able to get outposts here to explore more. and discover more up here, and continuing their venture west. And this country is very populated now. Becomes very populated, very big, and very rich of their agriculture and fishing. The point where they're becoming the point where competing for richest nations are Singapore and the Caspians. That's what I'm gonna call them, the Caspians. Because in the Caspian Republic, because they may surround the Caspian. These are just wild people in Central Asia, basically now. I'm gonna run out of cars at some point. And there are people that are continuing to explore out here, going into Crimea and around here, to the point where they are just people that want to sail down and fish and do lumberjacking because they just discovered wood. Again, they discovered better quality wood over here than what they're getting from China. China is kind of iffy on this one because wood kind of made them able to expand and lock down on here. So for over here, there'll be a light green team pop up in Crimea. Going up into Ukraine. The point where this will basically be a Ukrainian nation. And that's going out, and this should make my Ukrainian viewers kind of happy. I just implemented their country early in the series, and they've explored all the way down here, going into Istanbul. The point where they're meeting up with explorers from the original country of the Caspian Republic. And once they find out about the stuff here, the bare agriculture land, the dark gray team is already on it. It's already on top of it. And this Caspian Republic is, I believe, one of the biggest now. It went from very, very small to very, very big now. And I believe this video is getting kind of long. So after they do a little bit more exploring, and this country, Ukrainian country, does more exploring, more expanding, I mean, I believe in the capital will be placed right here. Their current capital will be placed right here. Right where it started, basically. And the Caucasus remain kind of unexplored for the time being. And I believe that will do it for this video and episode of What If Civilizations Start Over. Comment down below what you guys want me to do next, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.